Hello and welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for Virgo. I'm Julia Mijas.
And I'm Jamie Kale Miller. Well, Virgo, let's start with money and finance. Now, last month we promised you that you would be able to splurge guilt-free if you spent some energy and time on getting it together in your domestic and financial scene. And that's because Ceres was in Sagittarius and still is at the beginning of February and in your fourth house. And that's a really lovely combination for feeling confident about and doing good things in how you handle your money. So I really hope that you did that good stuff because this month you might indulge yourself a little and have fun with your money. And I also have to warn you that as Ceres moves into your fifth house, which is doing this month into Capricorn, she's going to be there for most of the rest of the year until sometime in December. She's going to go retrograde in this house in a couple of months. Ceres retrograde brings us a financial retrospection period. And this one for you pretty much constitutes a total financial overhaul and a reorientation to a more serious form of wealth building than you've been doing in the past. And what I love about it is that there is really embedded in this a view to not just a comfortable lifestyle in your future, but a downright luxurious one. And so that would be a really good way to spend this year's Ceres retrograde, and you can get started on that later this month. Julia, what's the news about career and relationships for the Virgos of the world?
Lots of news to give you, Virgo. Let's break it down to career first. So you are a work sign. You are a sign who loves to be of service to other people. And this month in particular, you've got a lot of activity in your sixth house. This is the natural house of Virgo. So, I mean, when I say we have activity, we have the sun, which is a big planet of focus. We've got a new moon coming up on February 9th, also in the sixth house, meaning that there's some new project that you're embarking on in work. And we're also going to be joined with Mercury, Mars, Venus. So there's a big party happening in the sixth house. You're really, really going to be getting your nose to the grindstone. Mars in there is going to help you really just get energized and get a lot of work done. Venus in there is going to help you get along with the people you work with while you do it. And Mercury, who's a very important planet to you because it not only rules you, it has a lot to do with your career. Mercury's in great shape now. It's direct, it's fast, you've got a clear-headed approach to work. And when your ruler moves fast, so do you. You might not feel all the obstacles you have been feeling like earlier this winter when Mercury was retrograde. So really nice time to be super productive, get a lot of work done. Now, when it comes to relationships, we got a couple of things we gotta consider here. We have Venus in your fifth house of dating. So if you're a single Virgo, fabulous time to get out there, update your Tinder profile, meet some new people. When Venus is in the fifth, we might find more dates coming our way. So if you're interested, definitely a great time to get out there and have a little bit of fun. Now, Juno, who, if you remember, is the marriage asteroid, is retrograde in your first house at the same time. So I'll tell you what that means if you're single versus if you're currently in a committed relationship. So if you are single, great time to get out there and date, but at the same time, you might be reviewing your long-term needs with Juno retro in your first, especially who you are within the relationship, within that dyad. And if you're currently in a relationship, you can have a fun time with your partner with Venus in the fifth, but you're also reviewing this long-term relationship you've been in and wondering, who you are individually versus who you are as a partner. So that's kind of the big theme. Finding that equilibrium between your own needs, your own ability to assert yourself versus, having to work and compromise with another human being. That balance is going to be a big focus for you this month, not only with Juno retro in the first, but also a full moon in the first, which is going to straddle your first and seventh house axis. That's you in relationships. So again, Really big focus. Who are you on your own versus who are you in a relationship? Have you been negotiating those two things properly? Do you feel like it's a symmetrical relationship? And if it's not, are there some things that you're going to have to sort of tweak in there? So I think that's going to be the big theme for you on relationships this month, but good to be aware of it so you can move forward with better clarity. Well, that's all we have for you today. And if you enjoyed this horoscope, please do hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and tell your friends about us.
Find our site at pandoraastrology.com to get a reading with one of us, and find us on Patreon for workshops and classes. And we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.